All right, fine. I'll be a gracious host. How you doing?
Little Mermaid is the scariest Disney movie by far, though.
Why the hell is Ace Blade in your Kickstarter?
Some comics. I'm getting controversial today. We're gonna get controversial today with
my proudest moment is this interview and being able to talk to you two.
what? Could you hear me?
No.
What?
I got a text from my cousin like right when the show intro started, and it's cracking me up now.
Oh, terrible. Okay.
All right, let's do this. What's up, Fish? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Taurus Comics in collaboration with Fourth Wall Productions respectfully brings to you the 92nd episode of the Four Tales podcast. I'm your host, Kyron Silva from Taurus Comics. Across that way is a purse wordmonger of Ace Blade, Danny J. Quick, and together we are your two award-winning Blurred comic creators here to help you find your next favorite comic. We are live on Age the Geekdom Network via Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and we're also live on TikTok. So if you're listening or watching us, thank you for your support. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and review this podcast because all your positive reviews and interactions help us reach a bigger audience. And we are still alive because we weren't part of the WGA strike, so I'm glad we got that all taken care of, and we're able to continue doing this, man.
Yeah, we don't have writers. We just do this. we just get on here and talk.
What are you talking about? I write that intro every week. I write my, I don't know, questions every week.
I do write questions every week. That's true. But
you write your five questions, your quick takes.
Yeah, the quick takes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's not. I don't think it's the same.
All right.
But the strike is over, though. The strike is over now.
Yes. My understanding is it's all because of you.
Huh?
Yeah. They were like, we want the Ace Blade cartoon soon. And we need to get the strike going. We need to finish this strike so we can get the Ace Blade cartoon finished.
And nobody told me. I'd be down with that, but I think the Ace Blade cartoon has got some time. For sure.
2 years?
Well, yeah, we'll give it we'll say 2 years, but probably more like 5. But we'll see. I'd love to do a cartoon in 2 years.
All right. So what's been new? What's been new with you, man?
Man, I'm tired, as they say. I've been been grinding, trying to get these on. What's up, Imani? I've been trying to get these projects off the ground. I'm working on multiple projects behind the scene. Y'all know me. I'm team close to the chest. I don't just be out here spoiling stuff. So I can't just be telling y'all what I got coming, what I got coming out.
I'm sorry. Wait, what? When did team close to the chest start? Because I could have swore you were hashtag team spoiler like all day.
Always
all day, every day on Sunday. So,
but I've been sworn to secrecy, to be honest with you, on a couple of things. Only like the closest of circles knows. Like literally, my wife knows, and Kyron.
I think you should bequeath everybody what you're talking about.
I can't bequeath anything to anybody.
Okay. Imani says it's lies. So,
well, we'll see. I can tell y'all the October's going to be some new stuff happening. And I can just tell you that.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I feel like we should bring our guest on.
Yeah.
What about me?
What about you? No TV deals you want to talk about, or
you and I will talk about that at another point.
No new comics or awards coming up, anything like that?
No new awards. I have started drawing I Drive for Cerber Part 2, which some of you guys will see probably on TikTok. I think I'm going to start streaming my art on TikTok there.
What?
Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. PM Comics said the gang already knows. And PM, you're right. His inner circle already knows what he's talking about.
They know.
His Illuminati, as they say.
The staff knows. PM Comics, Justin, TikTok. They know for sure.
Yeah. So outside of that, no. You know,
So Trey,
thank you, PM. I'm gonna try to go live more often. I'm gonna be like Danny, do some sketch covers, do some artwork, things like that.
be great.
But yeah, nothing else really. Nothing I can bring up at this moment.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Well, I think it's time to bring on our guest.
Okay. All right. I mean, I felt like you were gonna do something spectacular with your intro there. It was just like, well, let's bring him on.
I don't know. Y'all just threw me on.
Oh,
What's going on, fellas?
this is now a friend of the family. I was not available. I was not here last time Jermael came on, but you and he had a great conversation.
We did.
And I had to make sure I was here for this time so we can catch up, man. How you been, Jermael?
I'm good. I can't complain, bro. And
Well,
yourself?
We need to properly introduce him for those that didn't see the first episode.
Okay, let me pull up the bio real quick.
Oh wow.
Jermael Lessey.
Lessey.
Jermael.
Did you not get the questionnaire? I sent you all his info.
I did, but I'm terrible with names.
Oh.
The writer
Sorry,
and
I did the
creator
same thing.
of Absolver. I want to say how you've been doing comic books you've been drawing for at least 14 years now, on depending on if your Facebook is right or not. I went back all the way to the beginning of your Facebook, and the first thing that I saw was art, some graphic design, and actually a character that looked a lot like Absolver, and I'm going to ask you about that later. But welcome to the show, sir.
Oh, how you doing? Thank you for having me. Can't complain.
So speaking of the early days of social media, I saw you were doing graffiti. Like you were some of the earliest things you posted were like some graffiti sketches. And you had a little chibi character that was gray with pink eyes. Was that Absolver?
You know what? I wouldn't say that was Absolver, but I just always liked that look with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's what it became.
Okay.
So
That was some early character design then.
right.
Yeah, I was like, I was going back through your social media. I was like, man, he was working on this way back in 2012, 2013, and has been sticking with it. So when was for those who don't know you, if they didn't catch the first episode, give us a little bit of your background, how long you've been making comics, and what you're working on now.
So my background in comics, actually, I didn't release my first comic until we dropped when Concrete Comics dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Prior to
that was the first time you read a comic?
Yeah, that's the first time I released a comic, wrote a comic, everything.
Damn.
Prior to that, I had a friend. We were supposed to do a comic book together because he was the artist, and that's why I learned how to color.
Mm-hmm.
Because I couldn't find a colorist or whatever. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna pick it up. So I learned it, and then that never came through. And then of course I ended up on another. At the time, in between that, I joined the Powerverse.
Mm-hmm.
And so during that is where I end up, looking for artists and stuff. I bumped into Lonzo, and then got Concrete Comics. But as far as that goes, yeah, that was around the time I really first released everything. Prior to that, it's a bunch of ideas and concepts and sketches and for comics. So currently, what I'm working on is again wrapping up Absolver 4. It's in production. I would say it's 85% done.
There we go.
I'm writing issue 5 and issue 6, and working on the next arc. And so currently, I'm working on a new character design with a new story concept, which I feel is going to be unique to add to the Concrete universe.
Okay.
So, and then of course, my own little separate projects outside of Concrete. Lonzo pushes us to do our thing, and that was always the dream prior to Concrete, was to have my own established brand.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's where I'm at with it right now currently.
I love it. So is Absolver 4 gonna wrap this arc, or would it be 5 and 6? So it'll be the end of this first Absolver arc.
I was gonna wrap it in issue 4, but issue 5, it's gonna be something special.
Mm-hmm.
It was always gonna be issue 5, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to rush the process. So I'm gonna wrap it in issue 5, but issue 5 is gonna be a big big book. You know, I don't
Nice.
know how many pages. I'm gonna just honestly, I'm not trying to cap the pages. I feel
Mhm.
as if as an artist, when you put your creativity in a box, it loses something. So I need this arc to end special. So if it ends up with 60 pages, 60 pages. If it ends up with 40, I'm just going to write until
I,
I am happy with this. And
Lonzo out there like, wait, you might be the artist, but
hey, I'm gonna tell you.
publisher wise, we can't handle this.
you know what? I know Lonzo will go give me some pushback, but I need it. I need it.
Hey,
You
if
know,
you, I'll say two things then. Number one, if you make it any more than 40 pages from front to back, you need to increase the price.
Yep.
Whatever you were selling your books for, double it because the print price is gonna double. No matter, I don't care
Yep.
who y'all print with. If you print with Comics Wellspring or Joe Smo down the street, the price is gonna go up.
A lot.
If you go over 40 pages, so definitely.
but you know what? You never. We shouldn't focus on the what. It's always the how. Feel me? So
Mhm.
if I end up with
Sure.
60 pages, that's part 1, part 2, part 3. That's 3 different books. You
Okay,
know,
yeah,
and there,
yeah.
there's possibilities.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not putting myself in a box for this one.
No, never that. No,
And
never put yourself in the box.
I feel like all arcs should end on a strong,
Mhm.
on a strong note. I don't want to be the typical, 1 through 5 issues arc. It ends open and start. No, I'm gonna end it. It's going to. So I want it to be special. I want it to be
Nice.
special.
Yes, I think of course the story is the most important part. As long as you can tell the story that you want to tell, it doesn't matter how many pages it is. For sure, you can figure out if it's 4 books or 8 books or however many. I'm just saying, if it's don't try to put it all in one unless you're willing to raise the price because them publishing fees is quite ridiculous. Like
It is. It is. It
printing
is.
40. We had one book in the Ace Blade series that's 40 pages to print, right? And
Mm-hmm.
me and Morgan were going through trying to figure out like the profit margins on each book and all this stuff so we can make sure everybody gets paid and which books are most cost worthy to print. And I was like, yo, this villain season is my favorite book because it's 40 pages, the Ace Blade #5, but it costs double. It costs double to print and the print prices went up, so now it's like $4 an issue to print. So I was like, man, I'm glad we're selling our books for $10 because we wouldn't make anything on this book if we were trying to
Mhm.
sell it for 5. That would be quite ridiculous. So
But you know
um
what? Sometimes everything is a means to an end.
yeah.
Sometimes I believe in making little or early sacrifices
Hmm.
for a better, greater tomorrow. So
Yeah.
if I'm okay with taking a loss to make sure my book gets in as much hands as possible,
Yeah.
you know, then I'm willing to do that.
Oh
But
yeah.
but like I said, from Lonzo being the guy in charge, he may not want to go that route.
Lonzo,
So
hey, cool.
the only way I will concede is if we chop it up into parts, part 1, part, and I can, after we read it and he reads it, we'll
Mhm.
find the best way of chopping it up. But as of right now, there's so much that I need to put into it because those that read Absolver or becoming fans of Absolver, there's a lot of explaining and I want the next arc to be fun.
Mhm.
I want to actually bring Absolver to the limelight, see him fight a little bit more, talk a little
Yeah.
bit more. So I need to end this one. I need to end this arc real strong. On the last interview, I could like my favorite opening scenes is like the 007 opening credits. It's long,
Mhm.
it's drawn out, and
Mhm.
it sets the tone for the movie. And that's what I want to do with Absolver. So I'm just trying to set the
Yeah.
tone. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm with you on the sacrifice thing. I think a lot of times us indie creators, we are willing to take less on the back end if our to make sure that our stories get in the hands of people who want to read them. And
Right.
I think that that's absolutely honorable, and it's almost necessary, as we grow our audiences and things like that. So, but yeah, I think once you get there, you're gonna reap the rewards of that. Once it gets to the people and the right people get a hold of it, you won't have to worry about that no more. I hope.
Yeah. I mean, It's just when you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things will change, right?
Mm.
So to me, I'm not.
We're
Yeah, I
gonna
know.
clip that. That's gonna be clipped right
You know
there.
what I'm saying? On our way to work, we should listen to this guy that was teaching like quantum physics, and when he said that, it
Mhm.
like it took me a while to wrap my brain around it because you understand it, but I didn't understand it. And I
Mhm.
was doing landscaping at the time, so my boss, who had me listen to this guy, says, "Hey, you know what's cool about working here?" He's like, "What?" Some people spend 30 days, 30. Some people spend what at the time the gym membership was like $30 or $50 a month to go to the gym for an hour a day. And he's like, "Yo, we're at the gym every day for 8 to 10 hours getting paid." And he was
Getting
taking
paid.
Get
and
fit.
when he said that, I was like, "Oh shit." When you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things will change. So
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
since then, landscaping became fun. I became fit. I was lean, but to tie it back, you know, success is subjective.
It's a
You
mindset.
Sure.
know,
Yeah.
I would be happy with $300,000 a year.
Mhm.
I don't need to be a millionaire. Don't get me wrong, if the universe wants to give me that, I'll gladly take it.
Mhm.
But it takes a million people to hand you $1 for you to be a millionaire.
Right.
Mhm.
You know? So me again, the sacrifice is today. I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm never greedy, so yeah, man, like if Lonzo say, "Yo, you're gonna be negative if you drop this book," but if in my gut, if I feel that it'll reach people and create a shit ton of fans for Absolver,
Yeah.
then I'm like, "Yo, I'll take the L. I'll make money off the first 4 issues, but the fifth issue, it has to
Yeah.
drop." Like,
Yeah.
so
Absolutely.
that's just what it is, man. So
Hey, I'm with it, man. I think that's one of the things that separates indies and mainstream. I think a lot of times and of course you got to look at the bottom line in order to continue operating a business. But some things are more important than money. A lot of things are more important than money.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm with you on that, man. That's honorable
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and
So
as an indie creator, we already sacrificing, the time, the energy. A lot of people don't, when you read the negatives about indie books, one of the things that comes to mind is, becoming a fan of a story, but
Hmm.
they never get to complete it or it doesn't complete. And then,
Right.
a lot of people don't put in perspective, like, this is being funded by our own money and our own time, so it's tough. I mean, I watch a shit ton of animes and not getting a second season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're a big fan. They do it all the time. We are never going to get to see the end of the Amazing Spider-Man with Garfield. It
Right.
happened.
Right.
So
I'm still mad about that.
so the sacrifice is real. So I'm gonna stand by that. And yeah, honestly, this is the first time Lonzo was gonna be hearing this. His
Uh-oh.
rant
Mm-mm.
about issue 5. So
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
yeah. So y'all gonna get me
Lonzo,
in
don't get
trouble.
mad at us. We just trying to pod. Don't get mad at us for what he's saying though.
Hey, I'm gonna encourage you. I'm gonna go ahead and encourage you. hey,
You
hey,
encouraging
get
strife
it.
and conflict in Concrete Comics. I'm trying to
No,
bring
none of that.
harmony.
None of that. Never that, of course.
Mr.
But
Fish says if we were in it for the money, we wouldn't be making comics. And that's true. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of us, this is just a passion project or a hobby. There very few of us can actually say that we're making money off of comics right now.
yeah, for
Uh,
sure. Um, but no, man. Like I said, the story is so important. And if you're a creator and you want to be able to complete a thing, like you said, to be able to see your project to completion, definitely got to make some sacrifices.
Danny,
Um,
did you drop your TikTok live stream?
I did. My battery died.
Oh, okay. Goofy Mac said he had to drop over to mines because you ended your.
Yeah, I had my microphone battery was about to die, and I was like, man, I should have charged this thing. But
Oh,
anyway, yeah,
we
my
sorry,
bad,
Goofy.
Goofy. I'm sorry. So Jamil, are you into any mainstream comics? You reading anything in the mainstream these days?
Honestly, I haven't even. I remember the last time I read anything mainstream. I still collect them. My comic book shop still calls me and say your box is full.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pay and have them shipped. That whole closet is full of books I haven't even read yet.
Mm.
So I was reading Power Rangers, Spawn. Um, I picked up the Venom series. I liked it enough to have them only send it to me when the trades are ready.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at. But I've been doing a lot of I like this one. If anything, I'm watching I'm reading I read I'm following Ordeal on Webtoons.
Okay.
Ordeal is a great read. And then on this manga, it's Kaiju 8, I believe it's called. That's the last two things I've been reading as of right now. So,
So
but
I gotta.
and the biggest reason why I slowed down too is because my mind is crazy. Every time I read something, I get inspiration to do something. I'm like, okay, I got to create this story and write this story,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to maintain focus on where I'm at. So, like I said, my main focus is Absolver and my little side, not my side, but my personal business I want to start in the comic book industry. So I don't want to lose control and never finish these things. So
So I
that's one
gotta
of the
know.
reasons I slowed
I
down.
gotta know because you said that you didn't read comics until you started making them. What got you into this then?
Oh no! I've been reading comics prior to this.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry if I
No,
misspoke.
he said that was the first time he made a comic book.
Oh,
The
made
first
it.
time I
My
made
bad.
the comic, yeah.
I'm still waking up. Don't listen to me then.
No,
I'm
it's
still waking
okay.
up.
It's okay. My father used to take us to watch. Like I said, it was the Superman, the first Superman with Christopher Reeves,
Mm-hmm.
the RoboCops, the Terminators, the Batman with Michael Keaton. But what really got me into comics was the death of Superman.
Mhm.
That's like I know there's comic books prior to that. I probably just glanced at, but that book, that run got me hooked. You know what I'm saying? And then I was a big Superman and Batman fan till sixth grade, and then my friend introduced me to Spawn, and it was it for me.
Nice.
Spawn is what got me hooked. So
All right. Well, let's talk about Absolver a little bit. I'm gonna show a picture of him real quick. So, for anybody that hasn't read Absolver, can you give us a brief overview of what it's about, what the character's about, things like that?
oh man, Absolver is what is known as a mezzo in the spiritual world. So heaven obviously has its angels and hell has its demons. So in between is limbo, which doesn't sound cool, so I end up calling it oblivion, which sounds 10 times better.
It does.
And they have their own spirits, which is called mezzos. Um, so basically, angels they're bound to how you live. You had to live a specific way to make it in heaven, and obviously everybody understand how you become a demon. Mezzo, you can only become a mezzo based off a certain number and also how you live. So, for example, for X amount of souls that heaven and hell get, you can become a mezzo regardless of how you live. You could have been faithful to God, you could have been sinning, but when you die, if your number is called, you're a mezzo regardless. That was the deal that was made. And on top of that, like I said, if you like a non-believer or whatever, those more likely end up to become mezzos. Mezzos are driven by their purpose, and basically, however you lived is your purpose. So if you was I'm gonna give away some shit. I got a mezzo
Give it
named
away.
Go
I
ahead.
got a mezzo named Wildflower, and she's like a cross between Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that's how she lived. She lived about protecting Mother Nature and trees, that we shouldn't be cutting this down. So when she died and she became a mezzo, that's what it is. So Absolver's purpose is obviously vengeance, and I'm not going to go in detail there. So
No, go ahead. Go ahead. It's cool.
well, no. I already given away too much. So so basically that's what it is. Absolver is a mezzo. His purpose is vengeance, and we will find out in the next arc, or maybe issue 5, but definitely we'll find out soon enough.
I love it. I love it. So when I first saw Absolver, I want to say, I thought that it was I mean, you can kind of see, the Spawn influences on there.
Yeah.
But of course you got the gemstone and just the white gray, cowl. Like I was like, yo, this is kind of dope. It's definitely different.
That simplistic look makes it really stand out.
Thank you.
Definitely. So what were some of your what were some of the comics you were inspired by for Absolver?
Well, the design with Absolver. One thing I remember, I was working with somebody, and they said that when you draw on a character, aesthetics have to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of characters get designed and they will have things on because it looks cool, but does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've always been a fan of cloaks or something that floats in the wind. Like when you got to draw a dynamic pose, something got to be floating, and so most of my characters got something that you know for that purpose. So I won't say his design was influenced. The biggest design from Spawn was the simplicity of Mount Bulger's M on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, so when I looked at the Absolver, I said, look, I need something simple. So basically, those two white lines are pointing to the center, and they're what's called, and they're pretty much arrows pointing to the middle. Because you know he's from the Oblivion, so the Oblivion's crest is those arrows that point to a central point. So outside of that, the gray was because you know, heaven and hell, so in limbo, so he's in the gray of it all. And the gems play a significant role.
You can tell us. Go ahead.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't
Routine
know.
spoiler, please.
Nah, come on. You can't come on the show and not tell us nothing now. You gotta give us.
Can't be tempting us like this.
I know how you are. You know, I know. The gems. All right. Let's put it this way. The gems play a significant role to his ability Vanquish.
Okay.
Which allows him to copy the souls of anything that was living, and he gains their ability, their knowledge, and their skill sets or whatnot. And their gems are really what's linked to heaven and why hell wants him so bad. So the gems are him, but they're not him at the same time. And that's the most I can say right now.
Hey, that's good enough for me.
All right. Brian Lambert's in the chat saying what the gems mean. That's all we're going to get, apparently. So, I got people on TikTok asking for the exclusive.
I'm not giving away nothing. Just tell Brian to chill. Chill. We not doing that. Nope.
He said we got to get the books. All right. So I know you said you're wrapping up Absolver 4. When are you gonna drop it on Kickstarter, or are you just gonna do a direct release?
You know what? I'm not sure yet. I am not sure yet. I'm pushing to the regular release, you know, to avoid the stress and the strain of the Kickstarter.
Definitely a stress and strain. Definitely is.
You know, I definitely want to base it off of where I'm at with Absolver 5. So by the time Absolver 4 is finished and where I'm at Absolver 5, I would say that, because if I can get Absolver 5 done in a certain amount of time, I might just release them both in a way back to back. Again, this is what I've been thinking. I haven't even discussed that with Lonzo yet. So
Lonzo gonna be mad at us. I can already tell.
It's okay.
Lonzo gonna be like, I can never have anybody from Concrete back on that podcast.
If Jermael feels more comfortable talking to us about these things, he's just bouncing ideas right now. He's not really, it's not really concrete yet. It's just, hey, you know what? I'm thinking about doing this. There's nothing to be mad about. You can tell us. You can just share your ideas with us, man.
I'm just thinking at this point, we are that close with Jermael, where we're now part of his inner circle. He's willing to work things out with us. That's all.
Yeah, for sure.
Those that follow us and know, like, they treat me like the bad little brother over there. So it's the only way I can get them back.
You come on like Reason. It's like, hey man, listen, I gotta share with somebody. I gotta do it. Hey, we're definitely open ear for you, man. We love to listen and bounce ideas off of each other. But like I said, when you make your decision, it's your decision. That's one of the best things about indie comics, is that you get to make the decision. You can say, hey, I want this next book to be 80 pages. And if I don't make no money off of it, I don't make any. You can make that happen because it's your project. Or, you can say, hey, I'm going to make this next book, but I'm only going to put out one copy, and it's going to be $1,000. And that's, that's your choice, because it's your book. You create it. So that's one of the best things about,
we call those rare comics there, that one book for $1,000.
I
Those are
mean,
very
value
rare.
is something that you place on your own. You know, when you look at it, somebody said these diamonds are very valuable. So now we're paying crazy, stupid money for a rock.
Right.
You know,
For a piece of coal, basically, that just got broke down a little bit.
Some old coal. Yep.
It is.
yeah. So that's just what that is. But the thing is, like I always tell people that ask, if you're coming to the comic book business and you're only chasing money, then I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just telling you be prepared to be disappointed.
I'm gonna tell you not to do it. If
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Unless your name is
Like
Todd McFarlane or Robert Kirkman, don't worry about making no money. Don't worry about making no money right now.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Don't worry about it.
Like it's a marathon, not a sprint. And a lot of people in this world believe, everything is a sprint. Like, nah, it's a marathon. Like you don't even like. I have some personal issues I'm dealing with right now. That's really if I'm being honest, which really slowed up the production of Absolver. And like I always say, I'm grateful for having a team in Concrete that'll keep me motivated and talk to me and push and stuff like that. Because we all need it. Yeah. We all need it. But the dream is still alive. The dream is not dead. This is just it comes with it. And it's us weathering the storm. So at the end of the day, it's really not about money for me. My ultimate goal is, like, again, when we first started, there was a lot of gatekeeping. There was a publisher that I was a fan of, and I went to him and I asked him specific questions, and he was just real dry with the explanations of it all. And I was like, okay, I guess you don't want to talk. But crazy enough, when Absolver 2 dropped, he wanted Absolver on his company. Now I was like, look at that. But it's reasons like that.
Power you had with that
back
number
then
2.
they didn't want me. Now I'm hot.
Yeah. But it's reasons like that is why I do that, because it's like growing up, it's like, damn, how do I get a part of DC? How do I get a part of Marvel? And we all wanted that, but there was no way. And then you learn that they will buy your character, shelf your character, and have you working on their characters. So me, it's not about money. It's about creating a path for people that enjoy comics, that want to do comics or have access to it. And webtoons beat us to that. But at the same time, it's still about creating opportunities for people. And the second thing is, we all grew up, fall in love with characters, but there wasn't enough representation. And to me, that's the biggest thing. Listen, I have no problem with the character I grew up with loving, but to me, it's all about creating balance. If you got 99 and we got 1, so if you got 100 and we got 1, my goal is to create 99 that's popping just as much as yours. So,
and usually they will pop more.
Yeah, that's why I'm in it. The benefit and the bonus would be the money, but and last but not least, what I'm saying, you can never take away the fact that I'm a legit comic book writer, creator, and I've released books. So you cannot take that away from me, and I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Do you think and of course this is something that you would have to talk to or maybe it's something that you've heard. Do you think there might be a Webtoons page in Concrete's future or Absolver's future at all?
You mean to go to actual Webtoons or have our own?
Either one.
There's a strong possibility for both. And that's not something I feel is a secret. I just feel that
still another
as indie creators, we need to access.
Did he just leave to start doing that?
No, I just feel in the position we're in, we need to take advantage of everything that's out there.
Yeah.
Everything. Tomorrow, Webtoons and digital comics might be the main medium for everything. So it's easy to just get your foot in the door now versus, now I got to redirect or rebuild to do this because this is where it's at. Because if you're in it for the long game, a lot of everything is becoming digital and social media. We could be the last of dying breeds for physical media with books and video games and stuff like that. We might be the last, So by the time my son is our age, everything's digital. It doesn't matter. So we might be the last for physical media. So I don't think it's a secret. I don't think I'm giving away anything. I just feel as if I just feel like that's something you guys should do. Concrete should do. We should definitely open up the space to be digital.
Yeah, I
Like
think
have that.
I think people I think so I've seen creators talk about, so webtoons, if people don't know, is basically an ad sharing program. So,
Hmm.
you put your comic books on there, you put digital comics on there, and once you hit a certain amount of subscribers, you share in the ad revenue. So I've seen them say, something like they've paid out over $27 million or something like that to creators. So you can still make money in webtoons too. You can still make money doing digital comics, but it's the part that's similar to Kickstarter and all these other platforms to me that prevents me from doing it. The people who are on webtoons are usually on there because it's convenient. Like all the comics are there. I don't have to go anywhere else to read all these different kind of comics. But you don't get to capture that data. You don't get to keep that data. So if I'm putting out the next issue of Ace Blade, if I'm putting it out physically first, then there's no way for me to let my webtoons people do that unless I make a whole put it out digitally. So I like
It's
to
weird.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, and it's weird that you say that Webtoons has paid out $27 million. If you really look at how long Webtoons has been doing this and how many users they actually have, it's not really a lot, at least per user.
No.
So I mean, I
Yeah,
know
but a
there's
lot
probably
of
are a
them.
couple of users out there that are making money off it, but they're not making a lot from it.
Yeah, I don't think you can make I wouldn't say I don't know about Marvel and DC and them, but I know
Yeah.
digital comics. But it's free. When we talk about when me and Morgan talk about digital comics, like we don't have to do any more work to send that stuff. Like when people buy digital comics from our site, it literally downloads to them instantly. They get it
Yeah.
instantly. I don't have to send a follow up email or anything like that. So it's like that $3 is worth
It's
it,
yours.
And then there's a lot of people who don't, they don't want to spend $10 on a comic book, but they want to read your stuff. And if they can read it on their phone, they just want the content. And we want you to have the content. I've been giving away Ace Blade. I've been giving away Ace Blade #1 digitally for free for 5 years now. And it's always helped me. Everybody who gives me their email for our website gets Ace Blade #1 for free digitally. And that has helped. I want to say that's helped me be able to kind of build an audience for Ace Blade over these years because okay, you get a free issue. Now I can see what the story is about and now I can decide if I want to keep reading or not. So digital comics, I think, is worth it. It's just the balance of what you want to do.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, like I said, it's just a matter of where you at with it. If you're in it for the business, you have to stay in line with what's going on. And if you're just making comics, then you're gonna put it wherever you can get it read anyway. So again, I think digital is real important. I think coming up with a better digital platform where
Yeah.
on the outside, we're not on the outside looking in.
Hmm.
So you can see where you spending all this money and time to create your comic books, and you got to build up this fan base to get paid
Yeah.
off of webtoons and everywhere
Uh,
else.
There's a
So I think,
God, oh, what is it called? There's a platform called Blurred Station right now that
mhm,
I've been hearing a lot about, and the creators they're going to be doing something similar like that. And to whoever that is that asked in the comments about Black Sands, yes, I think they had a digital platform for a while, but when I was reading it, I mean, it was cool to be able to get on there and read comics for free, but there was a journey part, like there was a story part that was kind of involved in it. You had to go through the 7 trials or whatever in order to be able to get tokens to read um to read further and stuff like that. And I thought it was an interesting idea, but I think it may have prevented people from really jumping in there. So, and I don't really know why they stopped that, but I know that app doesn't. I don't think that app exists anymore.
Mm.
So definitely, I think there's definitely people working on it.
yeah,
We got a comment here from Kenji. What's your opinion on AI art? Would you use it for concrete comics there, Jermael? We're gonna look at you sideways now, Kenji.
Again, I'm not here to judge nobody. You know, if everything is a tool. They said the same thing about drawing on tablets. I was going to take away from, you know, original artists and stuff like that, or stuff like that. I think everything's a tool. Me personally, I would not use AI to create a comic for the simple fact that I love the headache. I love the writing. I love the character creating. I love creating my lore. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I read a great story and it happened, and I fell in love with the story, and then they say it was created by AI art. To me, okay, I read a great story and I love it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not here to say yay or nay or bash you for that. Like, listen, some people like me, a lot of us are blessed to have a shit ton of ideas, but can't get it out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for me, I got a shit ton of ideas, and I just want to color and this character design. And I've been trying to team up with artists. Like, yo, if you draw, I color, we both write. Let's just drop something that eliminates 80% of the funds anyway. We put this thing out, we will make profit 10 times faster because we don't have to go through $2,000 worth of sales to finally make profit because we both did everything.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get people to see it that way. Now, if I'm sick and tired of asking people to work with me, and I gotta use AI art, all right, listen, I'm gonna use AI art. You draw my ideas. I'll clean up the 6 fingers and 7 toes or whatever because I'm already an artist. I will color it. I'll paint it, get a letter, and work like that. You know, and the truth of the matter is, as life get harder, artists raise their prices. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not here to judge anybody in how they utilize AI art. You know, again, it's a tool. You know, I think it's dope if you tell the AI that, you know, like right now, I can't finish this character design because I'm so busy. But if I go to the AI art and say, hey, yo, I need X, Y, boom, 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 and it designs the character for me, and I can take from the 4 or 5 choices and put together my character, that's dope. To me, it's no different than like a colorist. If I spend 4 hours on a picture, 3 of those hours are doing the flats, not even making it look good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So most colorists pay a flatter. You do that shit, so I can do the fun stuff. So again, it's a tool. I'm not. If your story is dope, so be it. Like I said, to me, I just enjoy the creating part. I love creating the lore. You know, when we get off the phone, I'm gonna blow Lonzo's phone up so we can work out this new character I was talking about because you know we like to bounce ideas off each other. You know, I can't get that with AI art.
Right.
You know, I can't call you guys. I can't call the AI art like I could call you guys and yo, Danny, what you think about this idea? Yo, Hiram, what you think about this idea, bro? You know what I'm saying? So again, but like I said, and I'm here to admit it. If I got a shit ton of comic book ideas, characters, and stories. If I can't team up with an artist, I've been contemplating, you know what? I'm gonna spit this shit to the AI art. You draw what I need and I'll color it and I'll fix it up. I'll redraw what I may need to redraw and drop my book. Right there, I'm saving myself $2,000. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that'll be my explanation. And if you want to bash me or cancel me, I'm cool with that because I'm not in it for that.
Let me log into my alternate account so I can go on your page and bash you now. No.
Yeah, man.
I'm just saying we might not have Jermael back on.
I'm gonna log into my burner account. No, man. I think there are things that you can do with AI. You know, I'm a graphic designer, so when Canva came along, you know, people were like, "Oh, you're not gonna have a job anymore," and here I am, 5 years later, still with the graphic design job. You know, still getting paid to do my job because, like you said, there's things that Canva can't do that I can do. You know,
right?
As a graphic designer, they're not gonna. People want to talk to somebody and say, "Hey, I got this idea, and can you do this, and they can't do that with Canva. And there's an experience that I have that a computer doesn't have. So I don't think there's ever going to be a time where artists are obsolete. I think AI is definitely going to continue to be developed, and it's going to be
It's not going anywhere.
it's good enough. It's going to be good enough that the regular person can use it and create things. Like I shared a email that I got the other day from one of these AI comic studios, and they were like, "Hey, we want to pay you to create stories on our platform." And I was like, "I'm not going to do that, but I see the platform, and I see that people are doing it. So it's going to be a thing that happens." So I'm
Man,
not-
listen, it's the same story. Oh, how do you feel about cars? So are you going to stop? You're not going to drive a car because you rather, feed 8 horses and they push it.
I don't know
Again,
the way these gas prices are right now.
Yeah, a horse might not be that bad.
the only time
My
I
skateboard
look at
looking
things,
really nice
I
right
look at things
now.
like when you walk in Walmart and then you have to ring yourself up.
Mhm.
That's where you see it's taking jobs away from people. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know that because they paying the engineer that made them things
Yeah,
100
but then
times more than them.
you got less cashiers.
Yeah, very true.
So stuff like that I'm against when people are actually losing their job.
Yeah.
As an artist, instead of working against AI, you can work with AI. Like I have a friend who uses it, and he pitches AI its story concept, his
Mhm.
story concept, and writes out everything. He goes back and edit it. But this is a man that has like 3 kids, who is also a graphic designer, who's also he worked from home and take care of the kids. So he uses
Sound
it
like
as
you.
a tool.
No, he said 3 kids.
No, he said 3. I
He
got
said
4.
3
Okay, I
kids.
just want to make sure.
Well, he had a dog. He
Is it
has
me?
3 kids and a dog. You understand what I'm saying? So
All right, that sounds like me. 3 kids and a dog. That sounds.
all right. So I mean, if you use it as a tool, and like I said, when you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things will change.
Yeah.
I'm not at the part where I'm ready to use AI art, but I'm getting desperate because I got a shit ton of characters and stories that I just want to release, and I cannot find an artist who's willing to bet on themselves to draw.
Mhm.
I color, and we just put this thing out there. I don't. So listen, if this shit make $2,000, we both make a stack. Like I don't see what the problem is, But a lot of artists out here saying, times is rough, times is hard. I can't draw for free and stuff. Listen, I get it, but at some point you got to bank on yourself. You know what I'm saying? If people's constantly looking to hire you for work, why don't you have your own book? I'm here telling you that I have a platform. Concrete's guaranteed to make you some bread. You just draw this, I color it. I don't care if it's my idea. We split it. I'm not greedy. I'm not here to. But because of the lack of artists trusting themselves, I've been considering the AI art.
I think
I've
you'll
been
find
really
somebody.
considering the AI art.
I think you'll find somebody. You just keep looking. Maybe with your new social media, you'll be able to put some of them, call to actions out there, and then yeah. See, Kenji saying if you take his commission, and Kenji is an amazing artist, yo. Kenji, hey,
Listen,
Kenji is an amazing artist.
If you down for the ride and you down for the headache, Kenji, because my mind is crazy. I want to do crazy things and crazy stuff. We can do this, bro. Like my setup is nice. I'm ready to color and draw and character design. At the end of the day, what a lot of creators and artists don't understand is the biggest reason why Todd McFarlane and Jim Lee and all of them got popping when they left Marvel and DC to create Image, because not only did they have a following, that following came with them. So at some point, it's more important, and this is what Lonzo preaches to me all the time, to us all the time. You're more important than the book. You got your Jermael Lessey out there. That's what makes you guys so great. Danny, everybody love you guys, especially Danny J. Every time you see purple, you think of Ace Blade. So the branding is just crazy. And I'm not taking anything away from your comics. I love Ace Blade. I even have my own design. I'm not giving it to you anymore because he's now called Wild Card. So whatever. And
Wild card. I need to write that down.
and
Wild card comes out in Ace Blade number 8.
but
Just watch.
you got to bank on yourself at some point. You really do. I wouldn't have my deviant art if Alonzo wasn't pushing me. I didn't.
Yeah.
Not that I wasn't confident in my colors, my coloring skills. It's just that I wasn't pushing it like that. So now I really started pushing it and doing more. Doing colorists for free and stuff, like taking cheaper jobs because you have to bank on yourself.
I saw them $35 commissions. I was about to hit you up. But anyways, all right, we got to get quick takes in here real quick before we get out of here.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do quick takes. Anybody who has not seen the show before, quick takes is a rapid Q&A section where we grill our guests because I've stalked their social media and we're going to ask you 5 questions. So I'm ready when you are, Kyron. Quick takes. Oh yeah. So, all right. Quick takes. So here we go. We got 45 seconds, and we're gonna ask you. Whoa, I like that screen.
Thank you.
Is that one of the things you bought off of Amazon? Damn. I saw you posting your your Amazon wish list a while back.
Nah, the beautiful thing about this screen is how that update you can create multiple screens.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually cut it in 3, and I work on 3 different things at the same time. It's beautiful. I think it's a great investment for people that need to multitask.
Send me a link. Send me a link.
Huh?
Send me a link.
Oh, definitely. I'll send it to you.
I'm gonna have to get one.
It's beautiful.
All right, quick takes. All right, so question number 1. I heard I know your company slogan, keep it concrete. I always hear y'all saying that. So, but I want to know, what does that actually mean to you? What does keep it concrete mean for Jermael?
When we started, it was about telling great stories. Didn't want to push that we are the black, we're black, our characters are black. We all fell in love with characters. We love the story. It didn't matter the color of their skin. Mm-hmm. I feel as if we didn't have enough of that. Just great stories, and the characters just happen to be black. And 2, Onaji does this real well, but we all do it where we have female characters and we're not selling sex, not over-sexualizing them. And that's what I mean by keep it concrete. Keep it real, be yourself, and that's it. Mainly, that's what it was all about, telling great stories.
There we go. I love it. Okay, so number 2. I don't remember when it was, but I saw on your social media, you know how people always say, hey, such and such challenged me to post my 10 favorite rap albums or whatever. And today is day 1. Okay, you posted day 1, but you didn't post none of the rest of the days. You didn't post none of the rest of the days in the 10-day challenge. So right now, I need you to tell us your 10 favorite albums.
10 favorite albums. Definitely Jay-Z Blueprint.
That was the one. That was the one you posted.
That's the only one.
Jesus Christ. I don't even have a lot of favorite albums.
This is why they never got to day 2.
Yeah, like sheesh. I don't know if you listen to that new Diddy joint, but that shit is popping.
Okay.
All Kendrick Lamar albums. I'm sorry.
That's 6. Okay.
J. Cole's first album.
Okay.
I haven't listened to the other one. I love JID.
Yeah.
So that shit is snapping.
Yeah.
And one more, the Black album. Jay-Z's State retired after that.
Okay, so, that was about 10. 10. All the Kendricks. J. Cole. So you mean when you say J. Cole's first, are you talking about a mixtape? You talking about Friday Night Lights, or are you talking about the Sideline Story?
The Sideline Story, the first one.
Yeah. Okay. Bet. All right. I'm a huge J. Cole fan too, so I love all J. Cole stuff. All right, bet. Question number 3. Don't you know you're not supposed to feed the animals? Okay, I saw you posted one time that you had shown up somewhere and you were feeding like a gopher and a deer some pineapples and all kinds of just some random animals in the backyard. Don't you know that you're not supposed to feed the animals? No. What is it about wildlife and animals that you like so much?
That's fun that you say that. because there's no judgment there. You are who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people look at a lion and say the lion is crazy or bad because it attacked the person, but no, that's just the lion being a lion. And we live in a society where we're so judgmental and we're quick to just say this, that, and the third, and it's hard to accept people. I know it sounds crazy when we look at the animal kingdom, like if you were created to be eaten by a lion, and they're so peaceful, and when they're born, they're all cute. It's very rare you see an ugly animal, so I just love animals. I'm not a passionate animal lover, but the innocence in them, I love them.
I like that. Cool. Okay. Now here's the controversy. All right. You knew I was gonna ask you, and you got to give us an answer. Absolver versus Acolyte. Who wins a fight to the death, and why?
Are we talking now or tomorrow?
Right now. Right now.
To the death.
You know what? Because I love myself and I'm a big me fan, Absolver wins.
Okay.
And if I give the why, because I think the writer for Acolyte is he holds back. You know what I'm saying? And
okay.
I don't hold back with Absolver. And I feel like in any bout, the person that's willing to go for the kill is always going to come out on top versus the person that's holding back. If you holding back, that means you lose a second somewhere. If you go for the kill, you ain't hesitating. Absolver always goes for the kill. Acolyte will hold back. It don't matter how strong Acolyte is. Absolver wins. Boom.
Okay. All right. I'm down with it.
Make sure you show that one and tag him. Show that part.
We're gonna clip that. We tagging Lonzo.
We got that one in the bars from earlier. We got both of those.
Absolutely.
Tuesday or Thursday, they'll pop up.
Okay, now my fifth question. So, if you don't know, I do another show called Top 5 Live, where we always do a top 5 list, and I like to ask our guests here to do a top 5 list off the top of their head. I saw you posted. What are you doing, Kyron? What are you doing?
I can't do the timer. It won't do it. So
okay, cool.
This won't be no timer.
You got 45 seconds.
Just in your head, you got 45 seconds.
In your head, you got 45 seconds. I want to know. I saw you posted. I know it's going to be your number one because you posted like 10 versions of it. But I want to know your top 5 superhero vehicles. And I'll even make it easy for you. You can do multiple versions of the Batmobile if you would like.
Top 5. In any order? Or does
I want to know
order matter?
5 to 1. 5 to 1.
You got like 40 seconds now.
Jeez. Kit, Knight Rider.
Okay, yeah.
5, definitely.
We're gonna say like 30 seconds.
I think
don't know, but
the Pierce any card that 007 Pierce Brosnan card.
Okay.
That's definitely number 4.
Love it. Okay.
And the next car.
It doesn't have to be a car. It can be any vehicle. It can be anything.
I think I love the SWAT cat shit. The SWAT cats.
Oh, okay. The cartoon.
SWAT cats, the planes and all that, the jets, and them shits was fire.
Okay.
And you know who? The Gold Ranger, when he first arrived with that pyramid Zord, the Gold Ranger from Power Rangers Zeo. Power Rangers Zeo.
Okay.
I don't watch Power Rangers.
Man,
that was kind of fly. That was fly.
Yeah, he's the straight pyramid. You know what?
Yeah.
And the White Tiger from Power Rangers.
That's where I thought you were going when you said Power Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm a big Gold Ranger fan. And number 1 would be all the Batman vehicles.
All the Batman.
all the Batman vehicles.
That could have been your 1 through 5 right there. Just all the Batman vehicles. Been a Batplane, Batmobile, Batcopter, Batcycle.
Yeah. A bonus would be the car from Spy Hunter, the video game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Right. That's cool. That's a good list. That's a good. You went in some unexpected places, and I like that. No Blackbird, none of like mine. What am I? Off the top of my head, like Silver Surfers, Surfbird. I think that would have been one of mine, but I don't know if it technically would fit as a vehicle. But I like that.
So vehicle gets you to point A to point B. So technically, by definition,
there you go.
Right.
All right, I appreciate it. And we are just about out of time. But is there anything else that you want to tell people? Anything that you got coming up, and then also where can they find you on social media?
Yeah. First of all, Kenji, if you still here, hit me up. I'm very much interested. I'm gonna go search you.
I'll connect y'all for sure.
Appreciate it. Basically, I know I've been silent, but I'm constantly working. Don't count Absolver out. You can catch me on Twitter, Jermael Lessey 1. My TikTok is Jermael Lessey. My IG is Absolver_the race, and on Facebook it's Absolver the Prince of the Oblivion. My deviant art, we can see my colors is at Alien Designs, and yeah, man, I'm here. I still got the coolest character in Concrete. Still got the most swag in Concrete, and Danny J and Kyron, thank you for having me. I really enjoyed this. I really appreciate it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Kyron's camera crapped out somehow, but
I'm blaming
there
I'm
you
blaming
go.
Restream. I don't know what's going on. I'm blaming Restream on that.
Terrible. Okay, so Kyron, where can people find you?
I have no idea anymore. You can find me at tauruscomics.com. I am on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Taurus Comics. Danny J. Quick, where can people find you?
It's our website, fourthwallpros.com. And if you want to find me on social media, it's at the Ace Blade on all social media platforms. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for coming out. We appreciate everybody in the comments. Jermael, we appreciate you coming back. And I apologize again for not being here last time. It was a great conversation. I'm definitely going to be posting some Absolver content on TikTok soon. So look out for that. Now that you got your social media manager, we'll make sure we we promote each other on there for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I got you guys. I don't want to be a stranger. Have me back anytime. I'm always cool. If the price is right, I'll give you all Concrete secrets.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
There we go.
I even call you guys and put the phone on mute so you can listen in. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
All right, fellas. Thank you.
I thought Danny, you were gonna do the rest of the outro. No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you got it. Go ahead, Kyron.
All right, fine. Join us next week where we're going to have creator Ben Lacey on the show. We're going to be here same time, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, and we're going to have some fun with him. But until next time, sayonara, goodbye, and everyone, please take care of yourselves.
I want to know what it is Quick is trying to say.